Hey guys, this is Maliha from the Site Blogger, and as always, I have another Canva tutorial today. And this tutorial is going to be me showing you how to use the app Gradients. So let's see. Let's create a design, and as always, I want to create a square design, Instagram post. That's the best size that I like for these tutorials, a square Instagram post. And then I will find the app. I'll go to Apps tab, and then I will search for Gradients. And this is the one, the first one that says Gradients. And I'll click Open to add it to my tab, the left tab. And here it is. So basically, you can create nice backgrounds using this gradient tabs. So we have some version of gradient built into Canva. So for example, if you want to give a gradient background to any design without the gradient app, so for a second, let's get rid of it and just try the built-in native gradient. So let's say that I want to give this design a gradient background. So I'll just click it to select it and then click the color swatch from up top over here from the floating bar, the background color, and then I'll click the color, add a new color option here, and then I will click gradient, and then I will just add different colors depending on what I want, like so. And that's it. And you can add even more colors if you want, something like that. And you can keep adding more colors. I'm not sure what the limit is, but you can definitely add several colors. And then you can choose your style from here, the second option, the second line, the vertical line, the horizontal line, kind of diagonal line, um, circular, and the final one is this. So that's the limit, but the Gradients app actually gives you the option to add even different types of gradients more than these ones. So let me show you what it looks like. Let me just get rid of this and then go back to the Gradients app that we added just a few seconds ago, like so. Now the first one option is create. There are two other options, generate and collections. Generate is you can create a kind of a color palette by using AI. It's not super helpful, but I'll show you how to use that in a second. Just in case. And then collection is some built-in gradients that you can kind of plug and play. For example, if I want to, well, actually, I'm going to hold off on showing you that right now. Let's start with the first option, create. So the create option is pretty simple. It has several different options. The first one is just a preview, so you can see what it does, what it looks like. And it also have this handle-like thing, and you can kind of move the handle around to make the gradient however shape you want. So play around with it to kind of see what it looks like, what it does. And it can be kind of fun actually, as you can see. And then you can rotate it, you can flip it, so that's kind of nice. And then the next option is gradient picker, basically the colors, and you can kind of move them here too to see how they act differently. Sometimes, depending on how you're moving them, it may add a new color automatically. And then below that, you have color stop option, basically the colors that you're working with. So when I was working with Gradient Picker, it kind of automatically added this green option. So and now it added a yellow option. So let's say that it was added and then you don't like how it looks. So you can actually go here from under color stop position and you can delete them like so. And you can even choose the 2 or 4 or however many color you want to add you can choose those colors from your color swatches, like so. By just clicking the colors here, that brings up the swatch and you can just pick the colors you want in that way. And you can add your own color stop too. Just click add new stop and that adds a new color. And you can kind of choose the color you want, like so. And that's it. And then if you want to move which color comes first, like right now the blue color is sandwiched in between the orangish and the pinkish colors. If you want to move that, you just from the gradient picker, you kind of move that like so. And then it added a bunch of new colors, so you can go ahead and from under color stop position, you can delete the colors that you don't want. And there you go. You have a nice gradient right now. And you can, like I said, you can kind of change how it looks by moving this handle. And it's a little confusing at first, but if you play around with it for a couple of minutes, you will get a handle of it. Anyway, whenever you like what you have, there are a couple other options here. For example, if you scroll all the way up in this preview panel, you will see gradient type. So you have linear, radial, angular, and you can even play around with that if you want, like so. But anyway, I personally like the linear, so when I like how things look, I can just scroll all the way down and click add to design, and that adds to the design. And then it's like any image, you can actually move it around, and then you can make it a background by just dragging and covering the entire image if you want. And the funny thing is you can even add it as a background to a frame. So for example, if I go to the Elements tab, and then I find a frame, like so, and then let's say I add this frame, and then once that's added, I will click the gradient to select it and then move that on top of the frame and then release it, release my mouse to kind of drop it in the frame. And there you go. That adds the gradient as a background to the frame. So yeah, you can kind of play around with it however you want. All right, now let me get back to the gradients app and kind of show you the different couple other different things that we have here that I showed you at the beginning, the generate and the collections tab. So the generate tab is basically an AI generation. So you can just create or generate a gradient by describing what you want. Let's say that I want to generate a rainbow but using the colors purple, blue, and orange, and then click generate gradient. And there you have it. It added it created a color palette for your gradient, and you can even go to create, or actually, um, you can click use and customize to take it to, and it automatically loads in the create tab. Now you can kind of play around with it, like so. Rotate it or flip it. Like that. And you can even change the colors over here if you want. Like if the yellow is something that you don't like, maybe you want to use a lighter yellow. or kind of an orangish yellow or something like that. You can do it here. Maybe you want the blue to be a little subtler, um, like that. And yeah, so you can just kind of play around with how you want it to look like. And when you're happy, you can just click add to design, and that adds to the design like so. And that's how the generate tab works. Basically, you describe the kind of gradient you want, and then let AI create it for you. And then you can even customize it further using the create tab. And then the collection is basically a collection of gradient that's pre-made for you. So this one is it's looking kind of interesting, this one over here. So let's click it. And then once you click it, it automatically loads into the create tab. And then you can kind of play around with it like so. Maybe even add a new color stop like that. And it just creates fun shapes and effects. And when you like it, click add to design, and it's added to your design. And that's how you use the gradients app. I think it's a new app because I just came across it earlier today, and I was playing around with it, and it seemed like a pretty interesting app. And I can actually, because sometimes there are apps that I find no actual use in my day-to-day design work, but the gradient app, gradients plural, the gradients app seems like it's something I could actually use to create interesting backgrounds for my graphics and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, that's it for today's tutorial, and I will catch you in a different tutorial or something else, some other video showing you something else, not necessarily Canva always, obviously, in a different video sometime soon. Bye.